Welcome back to Jamaica Made Me Do It, where I talk about all the wonderful, weird, and definitely wild things that I have experienced in Jamaica over a period of many years, 15 to be exact. My name is Christy. I'm super happy that you're here, and I would love for you to subscribe because this is actually video number 3 on this YouTube channel. So if you subscribe and follow this journey, you'll understand as we go what it all means. I wanted to do this video in the beginning of this whole YouTube journey because this is perhaps the most important thing that Jamaica ever made me do. This one thing changed my entire life and it paved the pathway to where I am right now. So what is the thing? Jamaica made me start writing in public, and it changed everything. If you have watched any of my other videos, you will know my first trip to Jamaica was in 2003, and 6 years later, I decided to start keeping an online journal of the things that I was doing in Jamaica, aka blogging. Back in 2009, blogging wasn't super mainstream like it is now. Like MySpace was still a thing. But yeah, Jamaica made me start writing in public, on a blog, on the internet. And trust me, I was not good at it back then. It was so junior in the beginning that my first post was literally a picture of a red stripe beer on a sandy beach and me saying, "Welcome to my first post." That was it. Didn't even mention Jamaica whatsoever. It was definitely giving zero storytelling skills. But I published it anyway so that people could read and follow along and look at pretty Jamaica pictures. It wasn't polished at all. It was not impressive, but it was there and it existed out in the world. The key point, though, is that I didn't wait to get good at it. I just started. Somewhere along the way, it stopped being random little posts and it started to become something because within 10 months, I think, I started on January 1st that year. And by November of the same year, I had my first offer from a small resort to come and stay there for free for a weekend and write a review and publish it on my blog. So this blog was not nothing, and it didn't take very long to build it. And I think it was at that point that I realized I was actually kind of onto something. I had no plan whatsoever when I started this blog, but once I got that first offer, I thought, okay, I could really work with this. I could lean into this. And that's when I started becoming more intentional with my writing and my traveling. To make a long story short, it was an epic 10-year journey, and all bundled into that 10 years, I won awards. I had several sponsorships. Budget Rent-A-Car, I have not forgotten about you. Budget Jamaica was my best sponsor ever. Countless review invitations. I can't even count unless I go back and look how many amazing accommodations all around the whole island that I got to stay at and write reviews and meet the most incredible people. I had tens of thousands of readers worldwide. My Facebook fan group, I think they called them fan groups at the time on Facebook. That group had over 6,000 people in it, which was pretty decent for, Facebook in those days. I ended up publishing a small ebook about my travels. I appeared on TVJ once. Yes, I did. Smile Jamaica. And that was one hell of an early morning. And none of this was the plan when I started my ghetto little journal online. All of this amazingness came from one simple decision to just start writing about my journey. I was documenting my life as I was living it, not afterwards, not when it made sense, but actually as I was living it every day on the road in Jamaica. When I would stop, my biggest release every day was to just pull out a laptop, write about everything I did that day, categorize the photos that I took, just so that I could remember every single step of my journey. And did that ever pay off? As I mentioned before, after 10 years of documenting, life happened, the pandemic happened, a lot of loss and tragedy happened in my life. And so I just stopped. And now I'm here again doing kind of the same thing, but in a totally different season of my life. And it's on YouTube instead of a blog. I'm doing this for much different reasons this time, but same basic idea. I'm actually going to start a playlist on this YouTube channel called Destination Writing because a lot of what I learned over those 10 years is absolutely repeatable. It doesn't have to be in Jamaica. It doesn't even have to be travel. It's really just about documenting a place and what it does to you. My whole point with this video is if Jamaica hadn't pushed me to start, none of this would exist. Not the old blog, not all the opportunities, not even this channel. And all of it happened because I just hit publish before I was even ready. So if you're into this kind of story, if you're into Jamaica, or you're curious about destination writing, you should just subscribe because there will be a lot more of all of that coming. Thank you for watching. I'm Christy, and we will see you in the next episode.